today the topic, after some discussion and some objections still, is going to be, well, it's going to be songs. And it's going to be either specific songs that have inspired you on your current story, on a previous story, or songs that inspire you to write in general, or songs that you always write to. Like, I always write to Port Blue. It's a great writing soundtrack, regardless of what you're writing. So that's going to be our topic. Who would like to open?
I think it's going to be fun. And this is a night where we've been talking about how many Ewoks tall a Titan is. So
it's been a good night. I mean, ish. It's been an interesting night. Sorry for all the rants.
Yeah.
You can maybe say your name when you start talking, just for the folks at home.
I'm Travis, and hopefully I'll be famous one day for writing things. Which means my name will be more famous than my face, hopefully. Travis Townsend. There we go. Yay.
You have a nice alliterative name for that.
I do have a nice alliterative name. I mean, it's already right there for author.
Published so that I can have a different last name.
Yeah, it's there for superhero too. If something wants to bite me and give me some powers.
Lucy, go.
Not Lucy. I'd rather not be a radioactive husky.
That'd be awesome.
Honestly, though, you would have never-ending supplies of energy.
That's on topic.
I did wonder what power that'd be. Right, topic. Yes, the songs. Okay, the way that the songs kind of play in a factor for me is when I'm writing or when I'm listening to a song and it kind of reminds me of something I'm writing. I've found songs that it almost feels like I got together with the artist and we came up with a thing. Like, it fits too well. How could it have been anything else? Taylor Swift has been reading my mind or something. Things like that. And the way that this becomes most apparent is I'm one of those people who likes to visualize everything when they're writing, to the point where I have a tentative cast list and soundtrack for Familiars as a movie.
It's gonna be a good movie.
It will be a good movie.
Come to you in theaters.
And I know what songs I would want on its end credits. And on the end credits for the first one, I'd want to start with "I Know Places" by Taylor Swift, which. If you take a listen to it, and you should, Elizabeth, it pretty much perfectly encapsulates what's going on at the end of my book in Familiars, because it's about being in love and not really caring who's seeing and getting away from everyone, no matter what the risk might be. And it fits really well. Plus, there's a line in there that says, "They are the hunters, we are the foxes."
Oh yeah, oh there you go.
Foxes are a fairly big part of my book. Which leads to the second song in the credits, which would be "Clarity" by Zedd featuring foxes.
Which is an excellent song in general.
Yeah, it's just like, these are signs here, people, okay? These are meant to go in this thing. And the end credits for the second movie, I'd want to start with, this is also from Taylor Swift's 1989 album.
Do you own this album, Travis?
I have a way to listen to this album. I should just say yes, right? I should just say yes before Taylor Swift's lawyers.
Pandora or something. In the library.
Yes, anyway, so the song for the Foxfire would be the second book, and what I would want on the end credits of that movie is a song called Wonderland, which is there's a cat above the camera. And Wonderland is actually one of the bonus songs you get if you bought the album at Target. And honestly, every time she does that, there's like one song on there that's my favorite on the whole CD. And I'm like, and anyone who didn't go to Target doesn't get to hear this? That seems weird.
Putting in a plug for buying things at Target. Good man, Travis.
Well, I do work at Target, but get a red card. My bosses will be happy and they'll stop yelling at people.
That'll never happen.
Well, they're getting really annoying about it. And I know it's corporate's fault, but they're the only ones we have to get mad at, so.
Moving on.
Their faces. Yes, but the Wonderland one is really, I feel like that fits really well because it's talking about, like, that you're in the song that, like, you're in a relationship and you just kind of get lost in it and you don't realize the danger that it might be putting you or other people in, which is pretty much what happens in the second book. There's something that threatens to get Soleil and James' secret revealed, and they basically have to everyone's laughing because the cat is I'm not petting the cat, it's deciding to make me pet it, apparently.
He's also sitting here holding his arms out
like I'm some Southern Baptist minister or something, I don't know. I get very movie with my arms when I talk.
I'm the
let's go.
But yeah, that's what's going on in the second book, is that they started a relationship that many people told them it wasn't a good idea to start, and there are consequences to it. And I feel the song just fits that really perfectly. And then the other song I want in those credits, because, come on, end credits always have 2 songs. And then probably an instrumental, because they're that long. Would be Burn by Ellie Goulding, just because it fits in really well with the Foxfire thing, and it's still about love. And, you know, Soleil is a fire elemental, so it all fits together really well, and it's interesting. And the last one, before I'll move on to someone else, because I don't want to, you know, the end of the third book, which would be Sun Shower, the song I have for that is Daughters of Darkness by Halestorm. And
without spoiling much.
That's the thing. I can't really say without spoiling much, but there's no other song, in my opinion, that could play at the end of that movie with the last scene I have in mind with that.
Oh,
all right,
boy.
so
Oh boy.
yeah.
Hey,
Now I have songs to go look up. Yes,
if you want to go in order, I actually did think of something.
Good, go ahead, Noelle.
Okay, I usually listen to things, and I don't usually think of my own writing, I usually think of stuff I'm reading, and I found some albums are just good for a lot of different reading material. The Outsiders by Needtobreathe. It is amazing how many different books or series or something you can relate
Such
that
a
to.
wonderful city.
It's a great album. But you know what, the one that always kind of inspires me to write a story around it, it's really weird. This is really,
I'm looking forward to this.
obscure. Rebecca St. James, it's like this song like Carry Me High.
I don't actually know it.
It's like her really, it's one of the old albums. I think the album's name is God.
Yeah.
It's like Carry Me High, Lift Me to the Sky, Let Me Be, Hold Me Ever So Close. Anyway, I like it. It's kind of like an adaptation. It's kind of like the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in a way, and it's like I will never bow. They push me towards the flame and stuff. I just like the I will never bow line. It just
I
makes me
will
think,
not bow. Sorry, different song.
yeah,
Different
it's
song,
just
yes.
it just makes me think of this person that's defiantly even. It's like you save me from the fire. I'm yours even if you don't. Whatever comes, I take this vow. I will never bow. I just like that spirit of defiance. I just like someday I'll write a story where one of my characters is going to basically die a martyr's death with that sort of defiance.
That's my story.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm not
entire
even
end
sure
of my
what.
story.
Not even sure what character, and I might just rescue them from the flames at the last minute anyway because I'm not. I'm a kind author.
She's a happy ending sort of person.
Yeah, but no, I love that story. I like the way the song. I like the tune of the song, and I like the attitude of the song.
I can't play all the songs. I found it all right
There's a faint soundtrack for this.
I
for
think
this,
Age of Empires working for me.
Nope.
Is David bringing up songs we're mentioning, or is he just trying to insert himself?
Don't worry, I'll find it in my car and play it for tomorrow.
Alright, pause that, please. I'll provide a list of songs.
And she'll probably hate it.
Yeah,
but
there should
I
be like
it.
links or something probably.
Yeah. So
That'll be easier.
Somebody else's turn.
Oh, I just want to mention really
You
quick
wanna
before we
keep
go to
going
the other person, because I feel like this is very in topic. At the end, I don't think it's in every edition, but it's in the edition I own. At the end of Divergent, there's a section where the author actually highlights songs that she enjoys, that she feels correlates to the book, and recommends where to listen to them when reading the book.
That's
at what
wonderful.
parts, including stuff from like Fireflight and stuff like that.
Pretty
Like so, really cool
Sad
songs.
Twilight too.
All
Sorry.
authors need to do this. I don't
It
care.
does that sometimes too. Interesting.
Go ahead, Nadia.
Yeah, so tip of the hat to Veronica Roth. But.
Okay.
And weirdly
I
enough,
don't really have anything that's inspiring the current book that I'm writing. I don't usually get inspired by songs to write stories, but the one time that it really was interesting, I read this fan fiction that was about Lupin and Tonks.
It was a good fan fiction.
It was a really good fan fiction. It included a song from Godspell. What is it?
By Your Side.
Yeah, By Your Side. It was really good. And I thought it was an interesting way to relate that. Whenever I write, though, I always listen to the Nickleby soundtrack, and I don't always listen to instrumental stuff. Like, I don't listen to stuff when I go to bed or anything. But whenever I'm writing, I have to listen to it, and it's like this mental thing. I always did it when I was doing homework, and whenever I had to write essays, I would just listen to it over and over and over. And so now it's like ingrained in my brain that when I hear that I have to actually have to do work.
So you've forged neural pathways, and that thing or it doesn't work without them or something.
I'm getting there with
It
Port
kinda
Blue
does.
as well.
It kind of does, like, it tells your brain you have to work. Like, I read a long time, this is kind of a completely different topic, but if you, like, if you chew, like, mint gum when you're studying, then you chew it again when you're doing your test, it'll make your brain remember stuff. So I don't know if it's something similar to that, where it's like your brain says, oh yeah, now I actually have to
Oh,
do
it
work.
definitely is.
There's someone that-
when I took tests.
So yeah.
There's someone that came to Target that definitely believes that because he bought every wintergreen lifesaver we had in the store. I kid you not, like $200 of wintergreens coming across the check lanes.
Wonderful.
Alright, yeah, that's pretty much it. I had certain of the songs I thought would be fun to write stories too, but I don't really have a lot of other ones that I've done that too. Yes, yeah?
No, I have a lot.
Alright, so limit it to maximum of 4 songs.
No, like I just have a lot because I don't remember all of them at the moment. So I always listen to the Village soundtrack because it's pretty.
That's nice.
Like, whenever I write stories, it honestly depends.
Wearing the bad color.
You are wearing the bad color.
So are
You're in
you.
trouble.
You're
I'm wearing the bad color!
You're blending in over there.
I'm sitting on the bad color.
You're dead.
Go on. Anyway, so like I guess for me writing it depends on like what mood I'm in. So if I need to take notes and I need to take notes quickly, we're gonna put on a very fast-paced song, and for some reason my fingers just go and
How do they go?
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
She is big.
and if it's like I just want to like write like calming things, and the Village comes on until it gets creepy. Explains a lot. There's a song. It's called Habits, but I'm not going to tell you why or what story that relates to. But that one has inspired an entire story, as well as there's a character in a novel that I have named Abel, who I believe that Centuries should be his theme song.
Oh, I love that song.
I am under the impression that that is his, as well as like a bunch of other random songs that come on involving blowing things up. So yeah.
Explosions.
I have this random other one that I'll
Yes.
be really very short. One that I've always wanted to find something that it goes with is when 5 becomes 4.
Yes!
I've never
Yes!
found anything that goes with that song.
It's by Yellowcard.
I know what it is.
I love
You're
that
right,
song.
I don't know what
desperately
goes with
needs
it.
a story. I kind of, in my book, have reached the point where I've incorporated it. Believe me, I've been trying
Well,
for years.
I've been trying for so. I know, yeah.
I've basically gotten to the point where I
like,
do have that fitting into my story.
Yeah, I've been trying. Yeah, well, I'll have to read it someday.
What does
I
it
wanna
mean,
read it.
though? Because I've listened to that song and I'm just like,
We
I
will
don't know
have
what
to
they're
just
talking
diagnose
about.
5 becomes 4 after this.
Yeah.
Alright, Colin.
Hey, you did it.
Oh, sorry.
I have one more.
Okay.
Dang it, not again.
Alright.
Starlings.
No. That one's mine.
First and Saturn, right?
Yeah, Racing Saturn. You helped me. You like the story that I made.
I know, but I have an alternate story to this song as well.
Mine.
I have a story for every single song. Oh, never mind, we'll get to that one.
That's a lot of stories. Gosh.
Alright, so yeah, I
let's
create a
do
whole
this.
story based on a song.
Okay. There are two songs that have really, really gone with my stories. One of them kind of I've had in my mind for a while with it, and it kind of just, I didn't notice it right away until I started listening to the band like a lot. But it's called House of Cards by Fight the Fade, and it basically is about two people in a conflict, one trying to destroy the other, and then in the end, this person is pretty much says, well, there's one thing that you don't know that I have that gives me the advantage, and that's God. And that is really, really goes along with my novel that I'm writing, my main story, and this evil character trying to bring down my main character, and then, but the main character has God, and becomes a very big turning point for the story, the development of the story, how it ends, the fact that this character has God and this evil character does not. But the other song that I found recently, I have had a story that I've been working on for a very long time, but I haven't done much on it, and I've just kind of had the idea floating around. But this song is what are you doing?
I
Stop
understood
milking
it.
the cow over here. I don't know what you're doing.
There's
It
like
was
a
sign
secret-
language and I understood it. Just keep going.
Anyway, this the song is called "Not Ready to Run" by Fades Away, and it's basically about not running away from challenges in life and kind of just keep moving forward. But the one part of the song, one specific line in the song that really caught my attention for the story, because the story is about a post-apocalyptic world. It's kind of like a desolate wasteland, and one line in the song is talking about how the world today is so messed up and how it's basically like a desolate wasteland. And the whole song, like, I started listening to the song, my story instantly popped into my head because everything about the song perfectly relates to my story. And I don't know.
Is that song the reason we're doing this? Is that the one you were talking about?
This is
I've
the one
coined
I
a
was talking
term and
about.
it's called Fox Synergy.
Wait for what does the fox say?
Don't no.
But anyway, to stay back on track, those are two specific songs that go with my stories. They're also, I listen to a lot of Kutless when I'm writing. It gives me a lot of inspiration on the spiritual side of my stories, especially the album Strong Tower.
Oh, such a good.
But anyway, I'm done. So
Okay.
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
We'll preface with, I live and breathe music. That's not an exaggeration. When I was saying that I have a story for literally every single song that I listen to, I am not lying. And I have hundreds and hundreds of songs on
So
my
like you hear the song and a story kind of becomes birth to you, basically.
Yes. Well, it's more that I can find some way to apply that song somewhere within a story.
Well, one or the other, I would think. Yeah.
So, I don't usually, well, okay, I do now get stories inspired by songs.
I knew it.
And obviously, a lot of Yellowcard. Yeah, a lot of Yellowcard relates to my novel.
You can't go wrong with a rock band with a violin.
Yeah, a lot of the entire Paper Walls CD relates to my novel. But in general, a turning point introduced to me by Quincy of all people was the song "Titanium" by David Guetta,
Oh.
and honestly was really a turning point with figuring out my main character and with figuring out my novel. It fits very well, and the video is fantastic. I will link to that. Also, introduced to me was the song "Hey Brother" by Avicii, and then there's the Anthem Lights cover, which is a mashup of Avicii and Wake Me Up, of Hey Brother and Wake Me Up. They're both Avicii songs. And that particular mashup is also very, very appropriate for my book. It all fits perfectly. It's wonderful. And,
Mashups are fun, too.
mashups are wonderful things. But also, on top of all that, when I'm writing my one-shot stories that I write with my friends, I don't do titles. I don't name things. So, for every single story that I write, I have a song that goes with it, and I just take the title out of the lyric of the song.
That's how half of my chapters are actually titled and familiars. They're taken from song lyrics.
I love titling things with song lyrics. It's my
Yeah,
favorite thing.
from a lot of different things I like from Tonight Alive and We Are the In Crowd and a bunch of different bands that are kind of popular, but they're not really like big mainstream.
I have such a wide variety of songs. It's really weird. Really, really weird.
And I feel like I totally dated myself with my references.
It's alright. I've used older things. And weirdly enough, I think I fairly kept that concise. I think I'm done. Go ahead, Bethany.
Yeah.
And
D all
sorry,
of the
Travis
above.
was the only one we made introduce himself.
This is true.
Yeah.
But I'll introduce myself every time, and then people will be like, oh yeah, that podcast with like, well, there's Travis and there's other people too.
Yeah, good plan, good plan.
We have to
I don't know how I feel about
combat this.
Travis,
Everybody,
okay, Travis introduced himself
Says the
saying
guest
he's going
star.
to become famous. I'm just going to say I'm already famous. You all know me. Your resident host.
I'm still hoping for
I'm not making money from my fame yet.
obscurity and anonymity.
I-
Whatever that word is.
Actually, could be. Right now.
That, I did not say it right.
We'll discuss that afterwards, too. Go ahead, Bethany.
You keep saying my name and I just said I don't want it to be known.
Go ahead,
Bethany.
serial person in
There's
the
a lot
green
of
scarf.
Bethany's in the world.
True.
Bethany
I-
Nash.
that's what you
She's not Nash anymore. She's not Nash.
She hasn't been for years. Why do I still want to call that?
Everyone
She didn't
does.
change her name to like.
You don't
2 years
actually
ago.
know what Bethany's last name is, except that I always tag her in the comments of the when I post.
Anyway, now that my cover is completely blown.
Literally.
Um,
Sneezed it over here. Coughed it.
It is actually Toth because otherwise my husband will sit over there and pout and
And he
grimace.
is present at the moment, so.
So I will claim
You know when
Toth.
he's not around, she's an Ash. Sorry, David.
That's morbid. It really is like.
Yeah, let's let Bethany speak.
Pretty much what everybody else said about songs.
Cheater.
Yes.
Everyone else? Because there are some contradictory views.
I use music for all of my stories, but unlike everybody else here, I don't actually know titles and I don't know writers. So I can't give you a list of songs because I don't know who they're from. I just steal them from everybody and use them in my world.
Just to interject, Bethany, haven't you actually written songs for your world?
Oh yeah, I was going to follow up with that. And every once in a while I get bored with everybody else's soundtrack and come up with my own. So the story... What?
And they're great.
So the story I'm currently working on has its own complete soundtrack of about 17 songs that are all my own writing, that at some point will actually get musicized.
Yeah, there's no link to those.
Nope, they're safely locked in my head. Have fun.
Sad day for all the rest of you.
There's like 3 people that are like, good, I don't have to listen to 17 things right now.
You may overestimate the size of our audience.
Wow.
But
I'm sorry, I love all 3 of you. You should comment on this and prove to me that there are more than 3 of you listening.
It's gonna be like all of us.
No one in this room counts. This includes David.
Does this count as like multiple personality?
We all have multiple personalities. We're writers.
But, and also, unlike everybody else, I cannot, or some of you at least, I cannot actually write while listening to music.
Me either.
Except for one song, which was what... My entire world is based on music, so the creation story for my world is linked to a song so much so that I'm trying to figure out a way to have somebody narrate it while the song plays. Haven't gotten that far yet. But...
What's the song?
I don't know. We just discussed this.
I was thinking surely this one you would know.
I think it's
so-
called Melody of Life, but I'm not sure. I don't know who it's by.
Maybe we'll find it later.
Oh, I have it randomly tucked under the computer. I stole it from the internet.
Thank you for confessing
Okay, I
that.
think we've gotten to the end
And
of
we
our
know
topic.
that she is Bethany Toad, that she has done this.
Actually, I didn't steal it because I'm technologically inept, so somebody else in this room stole it for me.
See, Bethany's gonna be fine. I'm the one that's gonna have Taylor Swift's lawyers knocking on my door.
We love all of
I
you.
bought my
We are-
CD.
I get mine legit. I pay for my music.
YouTube. Other people pay for my music.
I bought my CD twice because I broke it.
I just cherry pick all of my music.
Me too.
And actually, most of my music comes from people, again, in this room, who decide that I don't have enough music and
Brave
give me
Saint
more
Saturn is
music.
incredibly inspiring.
I love Brave Saint Saturn. And I also
It helps
play
it
the
as a
Starling
concept
song.
album. It's concept albums.
And just to pick on another thing you, or not pick on, that sounds weird.
Picking on Bethany.
Just to point on another thing you said where you can't write when listening to it. Sometimes there are things I found that I can't write when I'm listening to. Like there's things that inspire me, but lyrical music is a little harder to write to as opposed to instrumentals. So, I crank up some Lindsey Starling and I'm good to go. But
Can we see outside?
Yeah.
Lucy's quite happily
I
outside.
saw a black blob go by the window.
We should probably bring her in before.
Anyway, but we're finishing up this podcast now.
Right?
Next time, I believe the topic is going to be about villains, so you have until then to figure out your villainous things to discuss. Leah probably... Noelle is yelling for the dog in the background. Leah will probably not be with us. She's on spring break at the moment. We appreciate having her here.
Boss at villains. Like,
She's boss at villains. Maybe we'll have her call in.
My villains need help.
Never mind. I'm not going to ask for closing thoughts.
I'll just give you a Joker laugh.
Thank you for tuning in.
stop.
The dog